Alright guys, so we are doing the programming part 2 video. If you haven't checked out part 1, I will put a link below for you to watch that. It gives a great background on how I started and where I am today. So we're going to dive into all the nuts and bolts of how I create a program. I'm going to give you guys a sample week of programming for my gym. I do a 4-day split. We train Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. I'll break everything down, and hopefully this will give you guys some tips and tricks to create a program that works for you to get as strong as possible and get all the goals that you're looking to get. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we go, getting into the nuts and bolts of program design. But first, we have to address these big points that I have on this board behind me. The first one is that all programs work. In parentheses, I have sort of. Because if you have a structured program and you can see the progression week after week after week, and it makes somewhat sense, and you're gonna follow it through its entirety, that program will work. And what I mean by work is it will get you closer to your goals, and maybe if it doesn't, you will learn what you need to change for next time. Maybe you find that this accessory movement really helps with this lift, or maybe you find that this rep and set scheme works best for your body, okay? So there's always things you can take away from your program that will implement, or it's just the fact that this program didn't really work that well for me, so I'm gonna switch it up. Now you can only do that or say that after you've done the program in its entirety. We're not talking just start for a week and it wasn't your thing so you quit and give up, okay? You have to do and see things all the way through and then adjust for the next time. Second point is find your goal and then work backwards. So if you are sailing the seas, right? You have your big map here and you don't have a destination. It's like Captain Jack's compass that's always just kind of spinning around. So you're never gonna get to where you need to be if you don't know your goal. So write your goal down, whether it's to PR in a certain lift, okay, maybe increase your endurance or your conditioning, whatever it is, and then you have to work backwards to make that program work to get to that goal. Thirdly, I have split, schedule, and staying motivated. So if you're a busy person like myself and you're running a business, or maybe you have kids, or your job is just crazy and it's all over the place, trying to train 5 to 6 days a week for 2 hours is really not gonna work. So you have to figure out what works for your schedule, okay? And that's gonna be your split. So for me, training 4 days a week for an hour to an hour and a half works best for me. Now when I was younger and I had all the time in the world, 6 days a week was fantastic, okay? So it all depends on where you're at in your life and what works. Now staying motivated is huge, because if you're doing a program that you don't look forward to, or it doesn't get you excited and motivated, that's a problem. So you have to be on a program that you actually like, and it keeps the fun in training. The last one, get to work, people, okay? If you're not working and you have this beautiful program, okay, and you're not doing anything and you're complaining about the results that you didn't get, it doesn't make sense, okay? So get to work, put the effort in, and see it through it is in its entirety. We got a couple more things to talk about. Okay, so since my audience is pretty wide on this channel, I know a lot of you guys are into strength, but I don't really know where all of you are is in terms of beginner, intermediate, advanced. So what I did is broke down a couple examples of programs that I've done in the past and kind of where I am today and what may benefit you. So it goes from simple to advanced. And the first basic program I ever did was a 5x5 starting strength. Now this program is fantastic because you don't need to know your 1 rep anything. You can come in and start with a 45-pound barbell and you will just increase weight every session, okay? You're gonna get tons of newbie gains. Now, that will stop at some point. So I'm sorry to, spoiler alert here, it will stop. The next one moving from there is Texas Method. So it's also like a Mark Rippetoe training program. And that is increasing every week instead of every day. So the newbie gains will stop, but the gains will continue on, folks. So try that program if you like the 5x5. From there, I went to probably one of my most favorite programs ever, and that was 531 Jim Wendler. Okay, so some different advanced programming programs that you may have heard of is 531, Conjugate, Cube, any Juggernaut program, or Block. Okay, now this is all for anybody who's trying to get stronger, whether it's strongman, powerlifting, okay, just in general strength. This is not weightlifting, okay? Weightlifting is something different, and I will make a program video later in the future about weightlifting or Olympic lifting, because my athletes here do not weightlift yet. I am getting a barbell club started, but for right now, pretty much I'm doing everything which is more like strength and conditioning, not so much weightlifting. Okay. The last one, the most advanced, is custom programming. So if you are an advanced athlete, you are at the point where you need to have custom tailored programming based on your needs, your goals, what your training program has been like in the past, what works for you and what doesn't work for you, okay? It gets more nitpicky as you grow in this journey. So if you guys need custom programming, I'm starting to take custom programming athletes, so contact me if it's something you're interested in, and I take all the thinking away from you, and I do this all just on my own time. You get the program, you get the results, boom. This sometimes is way more complicated than I intended to be. So there are a couple terms that I want to go over, as well as talking about the split that I am currently doing with my clients, who my clients are, okay? And then I'm gonna tell you about the main components of each training session. After I do that, I will go through a sample week that we do, okay, including all 4 training days. So, let's get to it. The first thing I want to define is intensity and volume, okay? So, the intensity means weight, and the volume would be reps that you do at a certain prescribed weight. Now, they are inversely related, okay? Meaning that if the intensity goes up, the volume will go down. And that if the intensity goes down, the volume will go up, okay? So if you have a 500-pound deadlift, which is a very intense weight for somebody like me whose deadlift sucks, I cannot do 10 reps at 500 pounds. So the volume will be very low. The intensity is high. Now, if it is something like 135, for example, I can crank out 135 pretty good, so the volume is gonna be higher and the intensity is gonna be lower. Think intensity as mental focus, okay? And then the volume will just be getting through those reps with good technique and really feeling the movement. For the split that I do for everybody during the week, we do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, but I look at it as day 1, day 2, day 3, and day 4. Day 1 is going to be an overhead press for a primary mover. Day 2 is going to be a squat variation. Day 3 is going to be a bench. And then day 4 is going to be a deadlift. Normally day 4 is a Saturday, and that's when we do our strongman training specifically here at the gym. And that is the goods. Now for the components, switch over to this side. We always have some sort of warm-up, okay? The point of the warm-up is to lubricate the joints, get the prime muscles firing up, get a sweat going, and just get ready to kick some beep and take some names. The strength part is then it's big, okay? It's a big part of the training, so you better prepare. And that's gonna be like whatever we have established on day 1, day 2, day 3, or 4. So for strength, so day 1 it's gonna be an overhead press variation. Then we do accessory movements. The accessories are supposed to make the prime movement stronger, okay? And then we have conditioning, which is gonna keep us athletic. And for a lot of people, so my main clientele that I deal with here are anybody from the age of 21 till about 46. And a lot of the people aren't in college anymore. Some of them are, some of them aren't. And they're just looking to be badasses, feel good, look good, lift heavy things. And that is what we do here, okay? Lean, mean, strength, machines. So for the conditioning, it's really just to make sure that we don't over fry the body, okay? We're getting a good stimulus and that they are losing weight and getting stronger. If you guys made it this far in the video, you are true fans. Thank you. Sometimes I don't think people understand how hard it is to video, especially when you're talking to nobody in a big open room. Okay, so before we even get into the goods, which I've been laying goods the whole time, but this is really good. It's going to explain, this is a 12-week linear progression template, okay? So what I did is wrote down the week 1 through 12, and then what you guys should be doing reps and sets wise with the prescribed percentage of your max for the type of programming. So this is something that I've used before. It's a nice linear progression, so it's gonna increase throughout those 12 weeks in hopes that at the end of this, you go for that big PR, okay? And I like linear progressions because it doesn't tax your service. Yeah. Doesn't tax your central nervous system completely. So you're just gonna keep building and building and building. Hit that big lift, that moment we've all been waiting for, and then restart and readjust by the new PR that you just hit. So we have week 1, week 2, and week 3, 5 by 5. Okay, that's gonna be at 60 to 70% depending on how you feel and how the day is going. We have week 4 through week 6, that's gonna be 4 by 5, okay, at 70 to 75%. So we increase the weight, baby. Then we have week 7 through week 9. Week 7 and 8 are gonna be 4 by 4, and that's gonna be 4 by 3. And then week 9 is gonna be a 3 by 3, and that's going up from 75 to 85%, okay, around there. And then we have week 10 and week 11, which is going to be 2 by 2, 90 to 95%. And then we have week 12, which is going to be 2 by 1 at 100+%. So you guys are going for 2 sets of 1 rep. You are going to look to smash that PR, okay? You are taking no prisoners when that day comes. Leave no weight alive, my friends. So what I'm gonna do now is give you guys a basic template for how my week would run. We'll do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, breaking up the entire week. And we'll start off at week 1, so it's gonna be a 5 by 5. Alrighty, here we go, day 1, guys. So for day 1, we have strength as the strict press. So we're gonna do 5 by 5, because that was week 1 of the strict press. In between the sets, we're gonna do 15 sit-ups, okay? I like to get the core work in between our sets so that it gives us proper rest time as well as lets us work on our core work during the workout. From there, we have accessory movements, okay? So this is gonna be dips, 6 to 12 reps. We're gonna do farmer carry, 50 to 100 feet, and then plate raises, all right, for 6 to 12 as well. So I kind of leave you that range because everybody's a little bit different, but the point being that this is hypertrophy work. Here is where we kind of want to get our bodybuilding work in, and we do that for 3 to 4 sets, okay, depending on time and how you're feeling. Conditioning, 4 rounds for time. You're gonna do a 100-meter sprint, 15 to 20 push-up or any push-up variation, and then you have 10 box jumps. The reason I like box jumps in there is because we're gonna prime the legs, because on Wednesday or day 2 is gonna be a squat variation. So it kind of wakes the legs up a little bit, gets some blood flow there, tells the mind, guess what's coming. Moving on, we have day 2, which is going to be some sort of squat variation. So since it's week 1, we're still doing 5 by 5, all right? We're gonna add 3 to 4 broad jumps. It's just an explosive movement. I like to throw in explosive movements, superset, just to kind of make you more athletic, work that stretch reflex a little bit and get you stronger. And we'll do 30 to 50 bicycles for our abs in between as well. So it's a nice, good set right there. From there, moving on to accessory work, I'm a huge fan of barbell lunging. So we'll do 12 barbell lunges, that's 6 per leg. You'll do 1 sled pull, okay, to work the posterior chain, 50 to 100 feet, and then 10 kettlebell swings. Whenever I do kettlebell swings, I only always go Russian swings. I never do American, just because that's really what's gonna help build the core, build strength in the hips, and as well get you explosive too. So that's for 3 to 4 rounds. Conditioning, we're gonna do an EMOM for 12 minutes. Minute 1, you're gonna do a bear crawl about 20 yards. You can go forward, you can go backward, doesn't matter. Then you're gonna do 20 squat jumps for some plyometrics. And then minute 3, you have a 45-second plank variation with 15 seconds of rest. So you'll go through each of those 4 times. So that is day 2, primarily a leg dominant day. My chest fans, here we go. Day 3 for strength, we're gonna do a bench. This is week 1, still doing that 5 by 5. We're gonna superset it with some dumbbell rows that should be heavy for 5 reps each arm. And we're gonna throw in some leg raises for 10 to 15 reps for some core work. So that whole thing is done for 5 sets. Accessory, we have alternating dumbbell press. So when you do that, you're gonna hold one arm up, come down, drive up, that's 1, down, drive up, that's 2, up to 12, okay? We're gonna do some sort of pull-up variation. We have all different pull-up contraptions here, so wide grip, neutral grip, close grip. You can do chin-ups, whatever you wanna do for 6 to 12 reps. Then we're gonna do clapping push-ups for an explosive movement to throw in there for 6. So clapping or push up onto something, whatever you wanna do, be as explosive as possible. And then we have band pulls for 10 to 15 reps. So we'll do that for 3 to 4 rounds. Good stuff. Conditioning wise, we have a 10-minute AMRAP where we're gonna do 3 cleans at 75% of your 1 rep max clean. Then you're gonna go 6 burpees, 9 push-ups. Just keep cranking for 10 minutes. It should be intense. For conditioning, I never like to go over 20 minutes, okay? For strength sports, we are all about being explosive. We're being fast and we're giving everything that we have. It's not about endurance, okay? So I keep everything short, sweet, and to the point. All right, last but not least, we have day 4, which is a deadlifting day, okay? So for the strength, we're just gonna do dead, so it'll be 5 by 5, superset it with 15 sit-ups. Very simple, okay? On the deadlifts, we really wanna focus in on keeping that good technique and good form. Accessory, we're gonna do 8 barbell stiff-legged deadlifts, 6 box jumps for our explosive movement. We're gonna do 1 keg walk, anywhere from 50 to 100 feet, and then you have 6 stone to shoulder, okay? We'll do that 3 to 4 rounds. Conditioning, we're gonna do a yoke carry at 60% or whatever your max yoke is for 50 feet, working on foot speed for 6 to 8 total rounds. Now when I do this, I really like to make sure we're fully recovered, okay? And we can really be explosive off the start, moving those feet, and finishing up. So, there you have it. That's all 4 days, baby. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is just a sample of programming that we would do for a week here. After we did this week, which is a 5 by 5, we'll continue on to week 2 all the way through week 12 in hopes to PR, and then we'll make adjustments. Now, I'm big with never letting people adapt to the program, and I'm always changing up and throwing in different variables and then customizing that program to work for you. So there are tons of different thought processes, mentalities out there. I would say stick to a program for as long as that program works for you, and then switch it based on the modifications you need to make and continue to grow and get stronger. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to the channel. Write any comments or questions below. If there is a general question I can answer and help a lot of other people, I will. If it's too specific or too complicated, please email me and I will be sure to get further information to you. As well as if you guys want custom programming, I really love programming for people and helping people get through a plateau or a sticking point. If that's something to consider, please go and email me or check out the website and I can take you guys from there. Thank you, and always stay lean, mean, strength machines, baby.